Well, now another person Republican has spoke out against the 9/11 style commission being proposed to try to investigate and possibly even prosecute the January 6th attack. Now, obviously, the woman I speak of is Marjorie Taylor Greene from Georgia, the woman who actually supported this attack, who wore a mask, as you see in the back of this photo here, that said "Stop the Steal." And now she's against it. She made this statement in a session of Congress today. Now, obviously, I'm going to go through this statement word for word. It's not going to take only for a few minutes, well, her statement, but I'm going to rip it to shreds on it, so your discretion advised. Just warning you. Shall we begin?
I rise in opposition to this bill and to the January 6th Commission. I do so as a member of Congress because I believe this institution's duty is to serve the people of this country and not itself.
And what exactly have you done to serve the people in this country, Greene? I'm asking you a simple question. What have you done to serve this country? Since you want to lecture people about what Congress is supposed to do, what have you done personally outside of creating bond measures to try and to impeach President Biden for bullshit about trying to get Maxine Waters kicked out of Congress for words that may have been, I'll admit, may have been a little off cut. But what exactly have you done for your citizens, for your constituents in the district you represent in Georgia? So you're full of crap on that. But moving on.
In this past year, we have witnessed violent riots in the American cities all over this country. We have witnessed tremendous damage. Minneapolis city officials estimate 700 buildings were damaged, burned, or destroyed, including 360 local businesses.
Now, I've spoken out against the riots last year. But there's two things that Marjorie Taylor Greene doesn't want you to know. The first thing is, while I and so many others go against these riots, I understand why they happened. After the video of George Floyd being shown to the world, but murdered by a police officer who has not too long ago been convicted, got out there. You have to understand exactly that we've been moving towards a situation just like that one. And the second thing that Greene is forgetting to mention is the simple fact that we have received information that those riots, that the damage caused, wasn't only because of BLM. It was caused by outside agitators that wanted to point the finger pointed directly at BLM. And not to mention Antifa, which I get their anger at Antifa, I get that. However, I will say this. You didn't talk about the boy who drove states away to kill two people. You didn't talk about him, did you? Of course you didn't talk about him. Because honestly, that doesn't fit into your little wheelhouse. But moving on, let's have your little spiel. Moving on.
There has not been a commission launched to study the reasons why that happened.
I think we all know why that happened, and I just explained it to everyone here. The George Floyd videotape was made public, and everyone saw another African-American unarmed man killed at the hands of police officers. Maybe you don't care about that. Obviously, you don't care about that. You've made that perfectly clear. A lot of you in the right wing obviously don't care about what happened to George Floyd. All you look at him and all you see is a criminal, not a victim of police brutality. But honestly, why should a commission look into it? Because honestly, we already know the reasons as to who and how and the why. But this is nothing more than a diversionary tactic to get away from the central issue of the situation. January 6, 2021, the Capitol attack. Moving on.
There has not been an investigation to stop the BLM Antifa riots that have hurt innocent people, attacked government buildings, federal courthouses, taken over police precincts, created autonomous zones in the city of Portland, and done so much damage to people all over the country.
The whole country was burning? So the whole country was burning? Really? Maybe you need to maybe we do need to investigate this, because honestly it's come too obvious that you honestly don't know what happened in those cities where those riots took place. Even the idiot that keeps messaging, and a friend of mine who kept messaging me before I blocked his ass, even he acknowledges the fact that MAGA was infiltrating these groups and was trying to start trouble, trying to point the blame at Antifa and BLM. So again, you're full of crap. And you're a little concerned. You look like you're in the verge of tears. Those are crocodile tears, Greene. We already know what you are. But moving on.
Studies show 570 protests in 220 different U.S. locations turned violent over the summer. The $1 billion plus riot damage is estimated to be the most expensive in insurance history. It resulted in up to $2 billion of damages in 20 cities across the U.S., mostly concentrated in L.A., Detroit, Miami, D.C., and New York.
Wow. 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 All that money, and you obviously, and you Republicans haven't said a damn thing about what happened on January 6th. You were trying to, for weeks now, if not for months, ever since January 6th, you've been trying to whitewash what happened then. You tried to say it was nothing but a bunch of tourists, to saying that only a handful of people got hurt and it doesn't matter. But all this damage, but you didn't say anything about January 6th, an attack you supported. Moving on.
As a person that was a victim of the January 6th Capitol attack, I can tell you I'm against the violence that happened that day.
Oh, you're against it. You're against the violence. You're against the violence of January 6th. Why didn't you say that right after January 6th? Why were you wearing a mask every day, every subsequent day after January 6th that read "Stop the Steal"? You don't condemn the violence. You supported it because Donald Trump is your man, your Joe, your pimp, and you have to support your pimp no matter what. Moving on.
But I do not believe a January 6th commission will achieve any resolution, because we have already had our Department of Justice arrest 445 people, with 100 more to be arrested soon.
Well, the DOJ has arrested more than the number that she says. But the people who need to be arrested are the ones who pushed this attack. As I said in my last video, I reposted the video of comments from not only Donald Trump, but everyone in the Republican Party, all the way to your boss, the in Congress, the Republican minority leader in the Congress is McCarthy. The Senate minority leader, Money Mitch McConnell. To every single Republican that supported what happened on January 6th, that pushed what happened on January 6th. Every single one of you need to be arrested. So the DOJ's job is not done. And it's the job of this commission, to make sure it gets done. Stop trying to obstruct this, Greene, because it's going to happen. And as for the idea that it's not going to come to any kind of real resolution, justice is the only real resolution. The justice of you and your cohorts being locked away. And it's going to happen sooner or later. But moving on.
There's also reports of people being held for 23 hours in solitary confinement. That should not be happening. These people haven't even had a court date yet.
I'm going to assume that you're lying about that because when I saw this video, saw this statement, I did my research, and you're lying through your damn teeth. You're lying, Greene. Now, people are being arrested for participating in what happened on January 6th. And not one of those people who were arrested was BLM or Antifa. Every single one of them were card-carrying members of MAGA. And not to mention the QAnon, whoever the hell that guy is, or girl, or it could be you, Greene. Now, the fact is this. I really don't know where you're getting your information from, but you need to stop lying, like right now, because it's really beginning to get really old. Moving on.
You see, what's going to happen with the January 6th commission is the media is going to use this to smear Trump supporters and President Trump for the next few years and cover up the damage, the real damage that's happening to the people of this country, which is tearing down our economy, ripping our borders wide open, and hurting this country. I yield the remainder of my time.
Wow. You really went all full Trump hawk, didn't you? See, we don't need the media. Hell, I don't need to be doing this to make Donald Trump supporters and Donald Trump himself look bad, to smear them, as you called it. They make themselves look bad on a daily basis. Now, my friend debated this idiot, and during that debate, he actually put on his red MAGA hat, claiming, they're being assaulted, they're being assaulted. You're the ones making yourselves look bad right now. You made yourselves look even 10 times worse on January 6th. Fine, waving the MAGA flag as hard as you could. Waving the MAGA flag, the MAGA, make America great again, make America great. I mean, all you did was prove yourselves to be the terrorists every single one of us know you to be. And as for the real damage, everything she just listed, she probably got most of this, if not all of this. You know what? Frankly, I think she copied this from one of Donald Trump's blog posts. It's gotta be. It has to be. Greene, this commission and this investigation is going to happen. Now, you can try to block this all you want. But frankly, if we're up to me, if I were you, I would want this. If I were innocent, I would want this to happen to prove my innocence. Because frankly, when this goes down, you are going to be implicated in all this. You're everyone around you, everyone wearing that little R in front of their name is going to be implicated in all this. Your friends are going to be implicated in this. Your people in the Senate, especially that asshole Matt Gaetz and that Southern Belle bastard, Josh Hawley, all the way up to Moscow Mitch McConnell, and especially McCarthy, his cowardly ass. Everyone in the Trump family, everyone in Fox News and Newsmax, and especially Donald Trump himself. Not to mention his supporters, because sooner or later they're going to talk. A lot of them already have talked, saying, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. Trump made us do it. He told us to do it. And it's going to happen, Greene. It's going to happen. So this statement of yours is crap. And it's just another indication as to why your dumbass needs to be pulled out of the Congress now. Because you haven't done, because like Jim Jordan, and I got a big beef with that bastard too. Like Jim Jordan, you haven't done anything in Congress to further anything for your constituents in Georgia. Hell, you were kicked off committees because your dumb mouth doesn't know when to shut up. A video was just released about you harassing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. You don't know when to quit. You're against this commission? Fine. But every reason you just gave me, including the so-called damage Why didn't you just mention Biden's name? Why didn't you just say President Biden did XYZ, blah, blah, blah? It would have been so much easier. At least easier for me to call you a dingbat. A dumb blonde. If you are blonde, I think you're one of those bald blondes. I don't know. Hey, your way is your way. I don't give a shit. But Trump is going to be held accountable for this. One way or another, it's going to happen. Now, you can get on board with that and maybe say whatever is left of your political career. Or maybe, you can just spectate, watch your name and your reputation be destroyed, and maybe, just maybe, you might be able to get on Fox News as a part-time consultant. If you, what's the term I'm looking for? If you blow the head of Fox News himself, just like his daddy. Or maybe you might be able to sleep with Tucker Carlson. Maybe he'll give you his ring endorsement. Or if you're into the girl action thing, maybe Tommy Lauren, or maybe even Judge Jeanine Pirro. Or maybe you might be able to get on Newsmax or ONN. Or maybe you might be able to get reconnected with the QAnon folk, since you say you disavowed yourself from them. I don't believe it. I think you're full of shit, but that's neither here nor there. The fact is, this commission is going to happen one way or another. If not now, soon. And your cowardice to face the light shows me that you don't have the guts it takes to be a congresswoman. So my advice to you, pack your bags. You know what? Matter of fact, I feel like I'm repeating one of my favorite shows, Scandal. Scandal. What's his face's name? I can't remember his name. One of the characters that made the show worth watching. I would start grieving now. Curse the heavens, helm your garments. It'll save you time down the road. But first, Green, run. Run like hell. 'Cause your career is going to be over soon. And if it's up to me, and I'm the fire and brimstone type, your ass would be in prison right now. For all the crap you pulled. For all the crap you put this country through. And most importantly, for your support of a terrorist attack on this country. And your name will always be mentioned with Marjorie Taylor Greene, not as Congresswoman, former Congresswoman. It will be mentioned as supporter of terrorist attack on January 6th. Bank on that. CTP, know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.